Peace, y'all. Jonny Fastlane here. So, Soulja Boy finally gets sentenced, and YNW Melly's dad drops some new music. NBA YoungBoy has some competition, and Lil Wayne teases a new album. Let's talk hip-hop. So, everybody knows, like, Soulja Boy is locked up right now, right? He's been locked up probably for, like, about a month, right? So the whole reason why he even, got locked up in the first place is because he violated his probation, right? He was on probation because about 3 years ago, he was all like on YouTube, waving around guns, talking about, I'ma run up on Quavo with the Draco, right? So the police came to his crib because they saw that on YouTube. And they found the Draco and they locked him up. But they only gave him like a couple days in jail and then he got probation. So probation, basically, you're allowed to go back out there into society, but just don't get into trouble for, the amount of time that the probation is. Let's say it's 3 years. If you stay out of trouble within the 3 years, everything's good. We drop everything, right? If you get in trouble within that 3 years, even if it's nothing to the magnitude of what it was before, your ass goes back to jail for the remainder of the time that, you've been locked up, right? Or that you were supposed to be locked up. Or maybe like they'll just give you a year until you come back out or whatever the case may be, right? So anyway, Soulja Boy got into some trouble, right? Some girl that he was chilling with, whatever, said that he had her tied up in the garage, right? So the police come, they didn't find her tied up in the garage. They searched the house because they had a warrant to do that since he's on probation. I don't even think you need a warrant to search somebody's house if they're on probation. You could just be like, all right, let's search Soulja Boy's crib today, right? So anyway, they searched his crib. Now, Soulja Boy does smoke weed, but that's not part of the probation, right? He can smoke all he wants. Plus, he lives in California where smoking recreational marijuana is legal anyway, right? So that's not the issue. But when they went through like his crib or whatever like that, they found ammunition, right? Like bullets and stuff for like a gun. They didn't find no gun, but they found the bullets. They said, I copy. And they left him alone. They didn't even arrest him. They left him alone, yo. But when he went to his PO officer to check in, that's when she had him arrested, right? But they let him out like in a couple hours. And then they came to his house like maybe a week later and arrested Soulja Boy again and put him in jail. At that point, they denied him bail completely. And he's been sitting in jail for like a month, right? Just waiting for his sentence, trying to see if they'll let him come home, trying to see, if they're going to give him 10 years or whatever the case may be, right? So he ultimately just got sentenced yesterday to 205 days in jail. And, he's already been locked up for about 30 days. So you're looking at maybe like 170 days. So like maybe 6 months-ish is like as long as he'll be in jail. So pretty much he'll be locked up until like the end of the summer and then he'll be out. You know what I'm saying? So not too bad. It's not too harsh, I'm sure, ain't nobody gonna be screaming free Soulja Boy. Not because we don't want Soulja Boy free, because I don't want nobody to get locked up, man. Not even for 200 days, not even for 200 hours. You know what I'm saying? But since it is like, 6 months in jail, by the time you make the shirt that says free Soulja Boy, Soulja Boy gonna be out. You know what I'm saying? So at least, this is like a little slap on the wrist. And then after this, he could get back to it and, do his thing and continue being the young legend that he is. You know what I'm saying? And not really have to worry about shit like that. But let me know what y'all think about this. And free Soulja Boy.
I know my son didn't do it. Wasn't raised to be no killer. And now they got him locked up. And they ain't trying to release him.
Yo. This is funny as hell, right? Like, y'all, listen, right? So, YNW Melly, right? Y'all know that he's locked up, right? One of that song, he has like two like really popular songs, right? Mixed Personalities with him and Kanye was like, I think I got mixed personality. Where there's like a bunch of robots rolling around in the grass and shit. And then there's Murder on My Mind, right? And everybody be bumping that Murder on My Mind, right? Murder on My Mind. And so the last, like I heard, like the judge or the DA wanted to play Murder on My Mind in court. because they just want to show like his character. And if he's singing about waking up and he got murder on his mind, AK-40, 11, Mac 11, clocks and nines, you know what I'm saying? Then y'all need to lock this nigga away, right? So I'm not sure if they're going to be playing YNW Melly's song in court, but basically now the DA is seeking a death penalty, right? Because he's facing a double murder charge, and in the state of Florida, they do have capital punishment. So they will actually, if he is convicted of these two murders, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser, rest in peace to them, that he will probably, get the death penalty. So the whole situation is YNW Melly and one of his homeboys, another YNW person, was riding around. Well, it was four of them. It was YNW Melly, his homeboy, Juvie, and Sack Chaser. Something happened. And then, an hour or two later, Melly shows up to the hospital with Sack Chaser and Juvie in the back of the car, saying like they had been involved in a drive-by shooting. Melly's car was all shot up, and his two friends in the back seat were, dead on arrival at the hospital, right? So that happened. The police was like, oh man, you're a victim. This is crazy. We're going to investigate this. We'll find out who did it, and then during that investigation, it led them, it's not funny, but it led them right back to YNW Melly. And then he gets arrested a couple months later. Then they listen to the song Murder on My Mind, and it seems like in verse 2, he's talking about murdering one of his friends. Even though I think that Murder on My Mind came out a couple months before, the murders of YNW, Juvie, and Sack Chaser happened. But it could still give a character, description of how YNW Melly is, or, what his mentality is, or things that he's capable of doing. I mean, it just doesn't look good. If you tell me what he did, and then you play the second verse, it still doesn't look good. So, anyway, his father is like, my son didn't do it. He wasn't raised to be no killer. He's innocent. So the message that he's talking in the song is pretty cool. But, bro, man, this ain't it, Chief. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny because, and I'm telling you, the comments are savage. People are like, he probably recorded this on Windows 2000. Like, the comments are stupid, right? Like, obviously, he didn't go to the studio. He was sitting, like, at home in front of the computer or something like that with that the hard mic or whatever. Like, I'm just telling you, it is funny as hell. But you got to think about it. Like, Melly is pretty young, right? And so his pops, get this, right? YNW Melly's pops, maybe mid-30s, maybe around the same age as T.I., right? And T.I. could come out, it's like, maybe he has a dream of being a rapper or a singer or something, you know what I'm saying? And if T.I. could still drop music, then why can't he, right? But at the same time, once your kid blows up, it's like your dreams, I'm sorry, bro, but your dreams are out the window, because you're always going to be looked at as YNW Melly's father, not whatever your name is. It's just weird. Like, if you don't blow up before your child, then don't try to do it, because it's like Will Smith is cool because he blew up and then his son blew up. But if Drake is a superstar and then Drake's dad wants to come out with music, which he does, I think like Drake's dad might be the only parent of a superstar that people are like, I fuck with him. I fuck with Dennis Graham. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, man, I don't know, man. It is funny, I get it. And then also, maybe that's where YNW Melly got his love for music from, because of his father. His father wants to express himself through music. So he ended up doing the same, but the only thing is that when he expressed himself through music, he actually blew up and made it. You know what I'm saying? And then also, I just saw like a video online about YNW Melly's mom, like just sitting in the car, listening to his song, just crying and bawling. Like, I imagine how that must feel. Like, your son is locked up. First of all, you're so happy that your son blew up and was successful and is getting out the hood, and now he's going to help out his whole family, and you know that he loves you, and you're his parents, right? So that's something to celebrate. And then he gets locked up for murder it's just like a roller coaster, like huge success, and then not, like, then he's gonna be like, if found guilty, like put to death. Like, it's a tough situation. I could only imagine how both of them feel. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. All right, now y'all might be confused, right? Because you're like, that looks like NBA YoungBoy, but he ain't got like the scars on his forehead, right? Like, yo, let me tell you something. That is not NBA YoungBoy. That's NCAA YoungBoy. Yo, this nigga is a whole fool, right? So, same thing happened to 21 Savage, like back in the day. Like a couple years ago, when 21 Savage first came out, he was doing his thing, and then all of a sudden, like this comedian named Funny Mike, and y'all know Funny Mike came out of nowhere, and he was like, I'm 20, bitch, I'm 22. I ain't 21, bitch, I'm 22. Like, it was funny, and like his impersonation of 21 Savage was like spot on, the voice and everything, right? So now you got this dude, and literally like he is calling himself, like his real name is Peanut, right? Lil Peanut. But on his Instagram, it's called The Real NCAA YoungBoy, right? He is calling himself NCAA YoungBoy. The poses, the way he be like holding his hand like to his head and everything like that, the tattoos, like he looks like the swag, like the way he's dressed, like he even the way like his stature and his build is, like he looks like a NBA YoungBoy like doppelganger. Like if he like put some makeup on his forehead to like make it look like he has scars, he could like go out there and do shows and people would think that's NBA YoungBoy. You know, pussy ass bitch, pussy ass hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like so funny, man. This dude is an actor, he's a comedian, and an artist too. I just think that he's using this as like a way to blow up. And hey, look, it's blowing up because I'm talking about him, right? I don't think like he's serious about it. He ain't trying to like steal NBA YoungBoy's like identity or swag or style or anything like that. And it would be funny to see like him and NBA YoungBoy work together. Not like rapping and nothing like that, but maybe like a funny ass skit in a video or something. Or, you know, NBA YoungBoy's on stage and then all of a sudden you see this dude come out dressed exactly like NBA YoungBoy or something. Something to get the fans to be like, yo, what the hell? You got a twin or something like that? Like, I think it would be funny. So, you know, it's cool. Let me know what y'all think about this. Yo, so Lil Wayne, right, was like, and this was like 3 years ago, like in 2016, you know, he's been like going back and forth with Birdman and Cash Money trying to drop the Carter 5, right? So that's like pretty much the only thing that he was like super focused on for the last few years, right? Came out with a few mixtapes and everything like that, but the Carter 5 was like the thing that he was really focused on, and he finally dropped the Carter 5, right? And it was fire. The Carter 5 was fire, but back in 2016, he was also talking about like after the Carter 5, and this is the thing about Lil Wayne, man, this nigga never stops working, yo. Like, he was talking about like after the Carter 5, how he was gonna drop an album called The Funeral, right? But after that, we like pretty much heard nothing else about it, right? So Carter 5 is good. He's not in contract anymore. He's superstar Lil Wayne. He's still doing good. He's still killing features. You know, Be Like Me on that Little Pump song. He murdered that feature just like a legend should. And then yesterday, you know, quiet as his cat, man. Yesterday on Lil Wayne's story, he put one little small emoji, and I'm talking about small, like so small, little small emoji of a casket, and it just, that's all it said. But I'm thinking like, is he about to drop Funeral? Because this is going to be fire. And for some reason, I feel like Jadakiss is going to be on this. Because, come on, you're saying Funeral, you got to have Jadakiss on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, man. And Lil Wayne and Jadakiss got like 4 or 5 songs together. And every single song with Lil Wayne and Jadakiss is fire, right? So I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm here for every Lil Wayne piece of music that he drops. Like, Lil Wayne is a legend. Like, and we only have like a few legends in the game. We got the Gucci Manes, we got the Jay-Z's, we got the Snoops, we got the T.I.'s, but we got Lil Wayne too, right? And I feel like Lil Wayne, well, we got Soulja Boy, but I feel like Lil Wayne is like one of the youngest legends because he got it so early. Like, Soulja Boy is a young legend too, and pretty much everybody who does any trolling shit, any internet shit, anybody who comes up on YouTube, that's all, you know, thanks to Soulja Boy. But Lil Wayne, all these niggas stole his style, his face tattoos, the lingo, the flow, even a little bit. It's kind of mixed with like the Migos too, though. But you, like, Lil Wayne is definitely a legend out here, and that nigga could come out with 10 more albums, and I'm here for all 10 of them shits. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about all this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you follow me at Jonny Fastlane on everything. That's JONNY Fastlane. That's on IG and Twitter, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.